Now, this is NBC6 Breaking News.
Trina and Keith, as you said, this is a parent's worst nightmare. This is something you never want to hear or see, an active shooter in your child's school. We do not want to show anything that could be graphic that we could be looking at. So bear with us here as we're looking at these pictures, me for the first time as well. But you do see several emergency vehicles there on the scene. We have some of the best search and rescue here throughout South Florida with Miami-Dade County. And that's what you're looking at right now as many of them continue to go looking for possible survivors or anybody that could still be stuck underneath this bridge. Of course, is a very delicate situation. Again, 8 people dead from pretty much heat-related exhaustion caused inside this facility here right behind me. I'm live in Coconut Grove right outside of Monty's at a marina that was devastated by Hurricane Irma. We're going to have a lot more on it as well as other devastation across South Florida. Back to you in the studio, Jackie.
NBC6 anchor JAWAN STRADER is heading our live team coverage from the scene. JAWAN.
Yeah, Jackie and Keith, I've been out here for a number of hours now, right outside of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. I've spoken with many students out here who talked about the horrific acts that took place inside, some running for cover, some having to barricade themselves inside their classrooms, and then some running for safety with their hands up. Again, the nation, South Florida, being dealt these awful images of a school shooting. Now into our newsroom just now, a look at some new images here. This is of the suspect's home here, where detectives are right now combing for any indication of what may have all allegedly motivated Nicholas Cruz to open fire at a school. In just a few minutes, we'll have a live report from that area. And Tony Pipitone spoke to the attorney of the family that adopted Cruz. Now, here's the latest information here for you tonight on the shooting. 17 people are dead in the shooting. Police say that the suspect, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, posted highly disturbing material on social media before the shooting rampage. Right now, detectives are searching his Parkland home as well as dissecting those social media posts as well. Meanwhile, Stoneman Douglas will be closed for the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday, and the community is holding a vigil tomorrow at Pines Trail Park at 2:35 p.m. around the time the shooting happened to honor the lives lost. Now, we have a team of reporters tonight dedicated to this story and covering every angle for you, from the first shots fired to the victims and families and the accused shooter himself. We're working to answer your questions tonight. We kick things off with NBC6 reporter Laura Rodriguez. All right, Laura, thank you. And our team of reporters caught up with a young student who shares a very touching story here about her teacher, who she says did everything she could to try to save the lives of her students. She says her teacher didn't make it, but her teacher blocked the door so the gunman couldn't get in. Listen to her story.
We saw his body.
Now, that was Bruna Oliveira right there that you just heard from. Also, we understand that cell phone video captured the moment SWAT team entered a classroom full of students inside Stoneman Douglas High School. Take a look here.
Hands, put your hands up, please.
Now, in the video, students can be seen sitting at their desk when suddenly a group of SWAT officers rush into the room with guns drawn. Some students were so scared, their arms shaking, their hands shaking, while others can be heard almost crying. In the end, officers tell students to put their cell phones away, and the recording ends abruptly. Also tonight, many people are just desperate for answers. We heard it at the top of the show. The big question, why? Why did this happen? Many families out there, 17 of them, hoping for answers tonight. For more on the victims, they were taken to Broward North where medics rushed them. Let's go now to NBC6 reporter Jamie Garola. Jamie. Still so many questions. Jamie, thank you for that live report. And there's still a lot of questions concerning the shooter, the accused shooter, Nicholas Cruz. Many people want to know, how was he able to slip away from the school? Also, where did he get the guns from? For more on that, our team coverage continues now with NBC6 reporter Michael Spears. He is live at BSO headquarters with more as they continue to question Nicholas Cruz. Michael. No doubt, Michael. Still so many questions, and a lot of people want answers tonight. And we are learning more about the suspected shooter's family. This is what our team of reporters were able to gather here for you. Nicholas Cruz is the son of Roger and Linda Cruz. His mother died last year in November, and his father died in 2004. The 19-year-old and his mother lived at home along Northwest 80th Terrace in Parkland, but sold it last year in January. Right now, it's unclear where Linda lived from the time she sold the house until her death, or where Nicholas has been living since she died. According to public records, Linda and another son named Zachary, according to public records. So we also want to help you out there. A lot of people are still grieving tonight. A lot of people are going to be touched by emotion for quite some time. And you heard from some of the reporters there that there will be counselors on hand. This is what we know, is that counselors will converge on West Glades Middle School tomorrow. Counselors will be there. So they say that it's very imperative that families allow time for children to process everything that has taken place. We've spoken to a few people. They still were not able to process it all. It was still just hitting them as well. So they want to make sure that you know that counselors can help with that. Again, they will be at West Glades Middle School tomorrow. So some helpful information as well there. That would also, information will be on our NBC6 app and website as well. Also, for now, Jackie, there's so much more to get to, and we'll talk about the other issues involving the shooter in the coming reports. But I'll send it back to you in studio, where you spoke with some lawmakers, including Senator Marco Rubio, a little bit earlier in our coverage.
That's right, Jawan, and great work out there.
Welcome back. Still so many questions tonight. We have said that often throughout this newscast. So the investigation continues into Nicholas Cruz. Who is he? And why did he do what he did? NBC6 investigator Tony Pipitone joins us live now from that suspect's home tonight. Tony, thank you for that live report. And just so you know out there, the prayer vigils are already starting. One happening tomorrow at noon at Park Ridge Church in Coral Springs. It's on Coral Ridge Drive, just in case you want to go by, if you want to show support. And just one of the many remembrance, of course, that will be happening in the coming days. And again, we'll have all the information you need on our NBC6 app or online at NBC6.com. Jackie and Keith, I'll send it back to you guys in studio, and I will join you at the end of the show for final thoughts.
Okay, Jawan, we'll see you then.
JAWAN STRADER still live on the scene right outside of Stoneman Douglas. Here's some important information on this shooting. This tragic shooting that happened earlier this afternoon. 17 people dead, 14 injured. The suspect, Nicholas Cruz, is in custody. Again, the high school will be closed the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday, and a vigil will be happening tomorrow at Pines Trail Park. And I believe the sheriff said it best when he said that this shooting is catastrophic. There are no words. Back to you guys in the studio. NBC6 Voices, giving communities in South Florida a voice, telling your stories, confronting issues impacting your lives.
I want the best for you.
And recognizing those making a change. The conversation starts here. Welcome back. Well, nearly a year after a horrible accident, a Miami-Dade police officer fulfills a promise he made to his daughter. This video here shows Major Ricky Carter earlier tonight walking during his daughter's college graduation on his brand new prosthetic legs. Now, he shared his goal and his struggle to reach it in a story you'll see tonight only on 6. Graduation night, a goal Jennifer Carter worked toward for years.
It's amazing.
But it's the goal her father set for her graduation night that means more to her than anything.
Just a year ago, I didn't think he would be able to be here. So for him to be here and standing in the crowd and the loudest one yelling was just the best feeling ever.
These are some of the difficult first steps Ricky Carter is making in public on his new prosthetic legs.
She propelled me to what I achieved today.
The Miami-Dade police major made what he's doing tonight his goal, and even put up a daily reminder in his Doral office. Taped on the wall over here, it says that I will walk by May 3rd. How long has that sign been up?
For about 3 months. I wrote that when I clearly defined what my goals are. I wrote that and I put it there so I can look at it every day.
And he says every day since his accident has been a struggle.
I didn't know how difficult that this journey was going to be. I had no clue.
It was May 7th, 2017. Ricky Carter was riding his motorcycle to a charity event when he crashed. He doesn't remember much of the accident, but he does remember the first time he saw the extent of his injuries.
I can recall waking up in a hospital bed and seeing broken arms. So I'm trying to move my legs underneath the covers, and my legs aren't cooperating with the movements I'm trying to make. So I lift up the covers and I see that I don't have any legs.
How difficult was that to wake up and see all that?
Oh, it was extremely difficult. It was extremely difficult. The process of trying to cope with that. How can I be the man I want to be moving forward? How can I be the officer I want to be moving forward? How can I be the father that I want to be moving forward? I had no idea. I had no idea how I was going to do this.
He says his love for his 23-year-old daughter, Jennifer, helped shape his goal.
She gives me my motivation, my drive. She makes me want to be a better father, to be a better police officer, to keep driving, to go and chase my dreams, to set an example for her, because I know she's watching and I want to be the best man that I can be for her. I need to do this to show her that life has no limitations, that we can still chase our dreams, to don't let obstacles or hurdles in your way define you.
And that has meant nearly every day of the week, a trip to physical therapy at NeuroFit 360 in Pembroke Pines. One by one, he puts on his prosthetic legs to get ready for a grueling session.
Quite honestly, it's like learning how to walk all over again. At times, I feel like a toddler with my balance and trying to walk. So it's been extremely tough, but I'm willing to put in the hard work.
And there's no question that Carter has put in that work. Just ask his therapist.
This is not easy. I mean, if you see what he's doing and how hard he's working, it is not easy.
And even though the workouts can be tough, giving up is not an option for Carter, who still finds a way to flash that signature smile.
I dig deep, and I find that fighter inside of me.
And I take it there's a lot of fight in you.
Yes, sir. Yes, there is.
Months of rehab, months of fighting to walk, all for these precious moments.
So it feels amazing to be able to do this and do this for her on the most important day in her life, and I'm so proud of her.
And he says these steps he's taking at his daughter's graduation are just the beginning. He is a true hero indeed. Major Carter told me that he will continue to work on getting stronger using his prosthetic legs, and that his goal is to one day run. But as you might imagine, the medical bills are mounting as he continues therapy. There's a GoFundMe page still set up for Major Carter. If you'd like to donate, we posted a link on the NBC6 News and Weather app.